Are you a restaurant owner in search of how you can get your time back? Looking for time to spend working on your business rather than in it? Looking for time to spend with your family? Time to do something you love other than run your restaurant? Well then, you're in the right place. I'm going to show you how to recapture your time with these 3 simple tips. Stay with me. I'm Dave Scott Peters, restaurant expert, coach, and creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. I've been coaching restaurant owners since 2003, and I'm really glad you're here to learn. Today, I want to share with you 3 tips for restaurant owners to recapture your time. But before I get into that, if you like tips and tricks like this, do me a favor. Click on that like button, hit that subscribe button, and oh yeah, that bell so you're notified when my next video tip comes out. And for more tips and tricks for running a profitable restaurant or to hear restaurant owner success stories, make sure you tune into my podcast, Restaurant Prosperity Formula, found on all the popular podcasting services. Time. That's the whole part of this one. Time. How do I get my time back? Because time is finite. Right? You only have so many hours in a day, and time is the most precious commodity we have. As a restaurant owner, you're pulled in a million directions. Think about it. Toughest business I know. You're a procurement officer, man. You're purchasing product, food and booze and equipment and smallwares and glassware and you name it. You're a marketing person. How do we get butts in seats? You're a compliance officer for the government, from human resources to you name any of the major laws, from ADA to sexual harassment, you name it, like you're an agent for them. You are an HR person, hiring, firing, developing training systems, and so on. Like the list goes on and on. Oh, by the way, you do them all at the same time. And so if you try and do all these things yourself, you're never going to get your head above water, and you're never going to make time your own. As a restaurant owner, your business can sometimes feel like a prison, because when we go through all that, if you're doing all these things again on your own, how can you possibly get everything done? You can't. Again, it is time. You only have so much time, and it's going to suck all of it away from you. As a restaurant owner, you can be missing out on a lot of life's events without really understanding you can't get them back. You can't see your kid's first birthday again. It happens once. You can't go back and see the state championship your daughter was in volleyball. You can't go backwards and, go back and see the 80th birthday party for your grandmother. You can't get back that time. You have one shot to do it. So it's more important today than ever to say, if you want to have a life outside of your business, you have got to find a way to get that time back. Not the time in the past that's already gone, but the time back that's about to be stolen from you if you keep doing what you've always been doing. Definition of insanity. Albert Einstein, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. I add to it, how's it working for you? Because if there's one major aspect that I focus on in my group coaching program, is time. It's less about profitability with me and more about your time. Because, by the way, if you have time, you have a management team doing what you need done without you being there, you are making money. So how does a restaurant owner recapture their time anyway? Let me give you 3 tips to help basically put you down this path. And if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you have heard these 3 tips before. I'm going to apologize right now, but if you haven't taken action on them, you need to hear them again. Tip 1, do less, lead more. To summarize, you need to stop doing your team members' jobs. You need to stop working down. Like if you're seating people at tables, if you're rocking a knife to prep onions, if you're on the line cooking, you're working down. Your purpose in life is not to do line employees' jobs. Your purpose in life is to be the leader of that business, to work on budgets, marketing, lead the team, develop your managers, hold them accountable, move the company forward. So it's important that you do less of the work and more of what you do with all that work, the numbers, the increments, all the things that go in your head to lead the business forward. Understand that most of what you do on a daily basis are really just tasks. Tasks that anybody else could do something. Are you God's gift to payroll? No, you could actually have somebody follow your step-by-step process of what you do. You just need to document it. Are you God's gift to accounting? No, you need to outsource accounting. You get the picture? So many of the things that you do on a daily basis are tasks. So even if you're not working down, you're like, oh, I'm doing owner stuff, David, but all you're doing is data entry and just trying to keep up with your spreadsheets and your accounting and things like that. No, you're still not being an owner. You're just doing tasks. You need to understand that you've got a process, a system way to doing everything. And you need to lead people down that path of process, not do those processes yourself. Tip number 2, delegate and trust. When you understand that most of what you do are tasks, you can delegate the task and verify they're getting done. That's the important part, trust and verify. That means you got to take the time to train people what their job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly by when, each and every task you're giving up and allowing them to do for you. Yeah, it may take you much longer to teach somebody, but eventually they've got it and you don't have to do it. And when you don't have to do it, you don't take your eye off the ball. You trust it's getting done, but you verify it's getting done every time your way. Finally, tip number 3, let systems lead for you. Remember, in my past life, for the first 18 years, 17 years of my coaching, I was the systems guy. I'm still the systems guy. Don't get me wrong, but now I focus on you, on this very topic, how to recapture your time. Systems are important. See, when there are systems, a process, a way to doing anything and everything in your restaurant, when they're documented, and there's only one way to get things done your way, you are in a position to make sure your restaurant is running the way you want it to run when you're there, but especially when you're not. When again, you teach people, and this should be a broken record if you've been following me for any length of time, when you teach people what their job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more important by when, you can make sure things are getting done your way. You don't have to be in the business 24/7. This is critical. And let me be 100% straight with you. This sounds easy. It really does. Sounds, just train them what their job is, how to do it, how well it should be done, more importantly by when. I just got to lead more. I don't have to do so much. I just got to verify. Well, this is a people business. The systems part are easy. The people part is the challenge. And that's what's going to separate you from every other restaurant. That's what's going to separate you from being a good operator to being an excellent operator. You have to break your old habits. You need to change your mindset and make sure it's not like, if you want, I've given this up before. If you give this stuff up, they're going to do it wrong. So I might as well just do it myself. If you continue down that path, it's a path of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. You've got to change your mindset. You have to take action and change. It's one thing to recognize you need to change, but you actually have to do something. You have to get uncomfortable, put yourself out of your comfort zone and say, I'm going to do something different. You have to commit to the whole process because this is not going to happen overnight. There is no such thing as a quick fix. We're talking about a 6-month to a year change in order to get yourself in a position where you don't have to be in your business every single day, where I could guarantee you at least 2 days off in a row every week. I have some members who go in 2-3 times a week just to have manager meetings and ensure things are getting done their way. They don't have to be in their business at any given time. And they all started where you did. Work in the pizza oven, work in the front to seat guests, rocking a knife, doing everything themselves. This is exactly what I help restaurant owners do on a daily basis in my group coaching programs. And I will tell you, if you want a guaranteed path, a guaranteed way to get your life back, have 2 days off or more in your business and change your role to being the leader your restaurant needs, then do me a favor and click on the link in the description below and book a call with Ryan. Ryan is one of my members. He's also now a member mentor, and he helps me bring the word out to restaurant owners like you of how he and his wife, Neely's, their life has completely changed from being prisoners to the business to a point in time where running multiple businesses, side hustles, and helping me. He doesn't show up to his restaurant every day to run it. He shows up to his restaurant to lead his team. And they have time with their family. He surfs every morning. He goes to jujitsu. He does all these things and never misses a moment with his family or his team. And if you click on that link, you can book a time with him to take 15 minutes of your day that he can learn more about you and share with you a little bit about our group coaching program. Because by joining our group coaching program, I can virtually guarantee you will recapture your time. If you're tired of not being able to leave your restaurant because no one else knows how to run it, I want to make sure you know it doesn't have to be that way. You can leave your restaurant. It is possible to build a team of people who know how you want the restaurant to run with trained and responsible people in place. You can give yourself time away. What would you do if you had time away from your restaurant? Would you sleep better? Would your relationships improve? Would you feel more relaxed? These are all things you deserve to experience as a business owner. It's why we own our own businesses. If you would like to learn how to own a restaurant that doesn't depend on you to be successful, click the link in the description to watch a free video to learn exactly what you have to do. Also, be sure to subscribe to get my weekly tips and watch these 2 videos to get more information and guidance for running a successful restaurant.